for our next Ask Tamily interview. And I'm broadcasting to you live from my new house that I just moved in yesterday. So I'm in a bedroom that has nothing in it, sitting on the floor. But we will have Adita joining us in a moment for her interview. And we do have some questions planned for her, which I have on my computer right here. So when I look over there, you know what I'm looking at. But of course, if you have questions during the live interview, please feel free to type them in. And I see a couple of people joining. There's Adita. So that was embarrassing. Adita should be joining in a moment. And then we'll get the interview started. We did have a couple of things we wanted to share about some questions people had asked. And Adita's joining, so I'm going to tell you those probably at the end. Okay, Adita should be here in just 1 second.
Hello? Hello?
Hello!
Hi!
Hi, how are you?
Good. We're connected.
Yes, thankfully the technology is working properly.
I know. Okay, let me just, I can't hear you too well, so I'm just going to put my volume up.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay though? Yeah?
Yes,
Yeah,
perfect.
Okay. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Alright, thank you very much. You just finished your workout?
I actually haven't started yet, so I'm going to do it after. But I'm always wearing workout clothes, so. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited for you to be our third Ask Tamily interview.
Oh my god, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor, really.
Well, I know, I was really
excited.
And then you posted your transformation, and I was like, this is going to be amazing. I'm sure so many people will, want to join and ask questions and stuff. So we'll ask the questions that we planned, and if anybody has questions that they type in, we'll get to those too. Anyone, if you type in a question and we kind of, don't get to it right away, we'll definitely scroll through at the end and make sure that we get all of them.
Okay.
So we just wanted to start with, when and how did you start the Tracy Anderson method?
Okay, I think you saw my transformation photo. So I wasn't really, I was born in a family with, we call it the endomorph genes, where, it's like, I'm one of those people that I'm not like my husband, for example. He's like 6'2" and he can eat a horse and he just doesn't put a single pound. For me, I'm 4'11". I'm barely 5 feet. And I just say hello to the horse and that's it. I put 5 pounds on. So, but it wasn't something that, I think I kind of like lived with it until I think in August 2015 when I realized, oh my God, I'm going to turn 40 soon. And then I realized that I need to do something. At that moment, I actually just got a job in London. And being in London, because I'm an engineer, so I'm usually, I don't really have a lot of girlfriends. I work with men mostly. So it's like, your looks doesn't really matter. But then when I work in London, I was among these beautiful ladies. Like, you go into the lift and then you see all this amazing woman. And then, I had suddenly that realization, oh, I need to do something, I'm not going to get the butt I want if I sit on it. So I decided, one winter morning in August 2015, I think, I remembered so well, I was eating my French fries and I literally Googled, I asked Dr. Google and said, how do I change my body, And one thing, Dr. Google led me to Professor YouTube, and there she was, it was the Tracy Anderson infomercial on Metamorphosis program. So I'm in the UK, so we don't have QVC at that time, so commercial. So I said, no, I need to get this going on. So I ordered it from the US, and at that time I wasn't in social media. I don't have an Instagram. I'm very rarely in Facebook, so I didn't know anything about family. And then I did all my research, and in January 2016 I said, okay, right, I've got 1 whole year to make sure that, you know, I look good on my 40th birthday. So that was my motivation, really. So, funny enough, I was doing the 90-day program, but I kind of like, I wasn't really following the method properly. You know, I didn't really follow the diet. I just did the mat work. And then the cardio, I pretended the cardio didn't exist. I skipped the video completely, like, you know. And then I had the opportunity to actually go for a conference in California, in Brentwood. No, actually I was in Irvine. But I took the opportunity to go to Brentwood, and then I met Stacey Brown there, and I said, I really want to change my body. So that's when she actually said, oh, you're in London, we have some personal training going on if you want to try it. And then, like, you know, and then she told me about heat and humidity. She told me about family, like, you know, you can go to Instagram. So that's when I said, oh, okay. So I did. I actually called up the London personal training, and I said, okay, I'm doing my metamorphosis at the moment. I couldn't afford every day to go for personal training, so I made it a point that, okay, if I wanna learn something, I might as well just go into it. And I took the personal training to learn the moves. So it was more of like the you know, like how the angle should be and how you should put your core. But it was just once a month. And that's when I slowly started learning about the family. And that's also the first time I actually started using Instagram. I'm so not good at Instagram. So I started stalking people, really. I started stalking one by one. I stalked you, definitely. And then, you know, I stalked Loretta. I stalked everyone. And then I think it was Arlene Gay. So she's from the UK as well, and I kind of like wrote to her and said, like, wow, like, you know, how you need to get on Instagram, just get on it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll try. So I think August 2016 is when I first posted my very first post. Yeah, and at that time I was still doing metamorphosis. I didn't know anything about streaming because I thought, okay, I thought I had to finish Meta first before I go into streaming. And then I think in April 20 last year I started streaming, and then
Okay. Fantastic. So you've been streaming over a year now?
Yeah. So I've done Metamorphosis until year 1. So I worked with a ball. I call her Ballerina. I worked with.
I remember those posts.
Yeah. And then I worked with Mr. Chairman, the chair, for about a month. And then after that, I thought, okay, let's just start streaming. Because at least, actually, I started streaming because we signed up for the London Vitality Week.
Oh.
So I said, okay, I don't want to pass out during the Vitality Week. So let's just try streaming. So at least I have a few months to try it. And then I've never looked back since. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know you posted your transformation, but we'd like to know a little more about the results that you've seen since you started the method.
That picture was taken, I think, just before I had my breakdown with my French fries. And that was, I weighed, I think, about 60 kilos at the time. I don't know what's that in pounds. But I know I lost 8 kilos. 8 kilos, that's about, I think, 20 pounds, nearly 20 pounds. Yes. And then it's my inches, though. Overall, I've lost a total of 50 inches.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Fantastic. So when you do the method, do you have anyone that you consider is like a workout partner?
Oh. I have a special workout partner, actually. Every morning I have a cat. It's my neighbor's cat. His name is Frank, and he'll come to the kitchen door, because I have this kitchen door which is a glass door, so I can't avoid him, really. Every morning at 5:30, he is so consistent. He's so committed. He's so consistent. 5:30 in the morning, you'll see him there waiting at the kitchen door. And I call him my Frank the Cat method, because he's, he kind of like helps me to get my workout on. When I wake up in the morning, morning, I need to have my coffee, and I just cannot avoid him because he'll see me and then he'll just like, okay, open the door now. We need to get your makeup done. So I think I'm telling you, I think he needs help because he's addicted to the method just because of. I tried, he needs to have the heat and humidity on.
Oh my God.
Needs to have the volume must be perfectly right. If it's too slow, he's like he can't sleep properly. He just needs the music. So yeah, so I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for Frank. I know a lot of people love him. I think he knows people loves him, so he's a bit of a diva now.
Yeah. That's awesome. We also wanted to ask, especially for someone that is new to the method, what advice would you have for them?
I think the best advice I got from Tracy when I first went to the Vitality Week, the first thing she said was no judging. As a family, you start the method, and then it's best if you're going to, join the Instagram and all. But there's no judging. Don't judge the method yet. Don't judge the method at all. Actually, and then remember that you're not being judged. It's a method of between you and Tracy. It's playing a video game. I think the best possible way to describe it is like playing a video game. When you first got a new game, you don't know anything about it, so you can read the manual as much as you like, but I always believe that don't let your learning leads to knowledge. Let your learning leads to action. So you can have the manual for the game, but if you don't really actually try it, you'll never know it. And then don't judge yourself because people play games differently. Some people will put their arms up, but then at the end of the day, it's between you and Tracy or how she's executing the moves, and also like playing like a video game that you won't be good at first, but when the more you do it, the more better you be, and like a video game as well, you want to strive to be the next level. So that's one thing I learned, and also like a video game, you might get addicted. Right. So give yourself some time, and I was at the same place as you are. If you go to see all right, you'll be definitely all right.
Yep. We all had our first period.
Yes, definitely.
Especially this month being, so focused on people first joining the method. I mean, some people are really on their 11th day today. So I think it's so cool to, hear from someone with a great story, and that it wasn't really that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's going to go by anyway, but we definitely like hearing about your journey.
Oh, thank you.
So what is something else that you were able to learn from Tracy?
I think one of the most thing that really resonates in me is when Tracy said about finding your own formula, and then to be finding that balance where there's imbalance. So yes, I mean the method does change myself. For example, it just changed myself physically, but not just the weight, it's also the mental and emotional weight that I had previously. It just lifted. So what I learned about the method is that like the method is like a catalyst for me. It's like, because when you first start, it's like learning a language. Like you don't know anything, but then when you do it, suddenly you realize you can actually do it. So for me, I've never thought that I would change my body, because I've always lived knowing that I'm an endomorph. I will always have big thighs, and it doesn't matter. But then when my body actually changed, it just tells me something that actually, if you believe in yourself, you believe in what you do, you actually can do it. And the one thing that resonates more when Tracy has said before before, like, you are what you eat and you are how you move. So I really, really believe that. And then I also, what I did was I kind of like added that on. Okay, so now in my journal, anywhere I go, I put it on the fridge. It's like, I write it down. I said, I write it down. You are what you eat. You are how you move. You are when you sleep. And you are who you believe. So those are the four things, what, how, when, and who,
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really important. And I think if you have that four, then probably you will have that balance. You will get the balance that you crave,
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely important points. I'm like wishing I had a pen in here to take notes while you're talking. Luckily, we'll be able to watch this again later. What is your favorite thing about the method?
My favorite thing is definitely family connection. I think that makes it different exercise program because the method changes every week. So that's so everybody has the same challenge, and what really, really resonates in me that, I meet so many inspirational women out there, you see everywhere from around the world, you see a career woman, a mom of three, someone who's started, someone who's done it like 7-8 years, but we're doing the same thing. And the most rewarding is when I meet them. I meet them in person. I remember we went to Paris, or we went to when we all got together for the London Vitality. We've never met each other, but when you get into a room, these are other people with like different backgrounds, different languages, like different career, different beliefs. But when you start play, when you just play the music, and then it's the same move. Everybody's just into one. So that's so amazing. The connection is just remarkable, I guess, because we all have technically the same struggle to go through every week, and and then for me to just say, oh, I can't do it, no, because someone just did it,
Yeah.
So I think that's the most powerful thing about this method. It evolves every week, so it evolves with you, So, yeah. So
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you can even see when we're like building on weeks, and every week is challenging, especially for new people to know that people have been doing the method for years. It's still challenging.
Yes.
Every first day is still like crazy.
Yes, true.
So I know you mentioned that you ignored the dance cardio.
I did.
But do you do dance cardio now?
Yes, I do. I do dance cardio, and it's something that I want to share really because I know that the dance cardio does exist. So, and then I thought, okay, I need to start this. So what I've done is I was never good in sports. I was never a dancer at school. I'm never at school. I never participate into sports. But I was a good student. So I wanted to tackle this in an engineering way. I said, I need to learn this dance cardio. So I said, okay, DC stands for dance cardio. It also stands for divide and conquer. So let's divide and conquer this, in a way. So I have to give credit to Loretta Fitness Life, Loretta, because I'm just going to show you what it is, just to share with everyone how I did it. I hope you have. So Loretta kind of like give us like a breakdown. What she did, one of her posts, she put all the breakdown combo, what the combo name is, and then what. So I can kind of give it a code for myself, and then this is the source of where the dancers come from.
Okay.
So that's how I did it. So I thought, okay, let's start with the easiest DVD. So I said, okay, let's just do this. So I learned one by one, and I give it a tick and a tick and a tick. And I'm so glad I did it, because once I know the dances, and then when I try it on streaming, it works. I mean, I know it gets much easier, But I divide and conquer, definitely. I started 10 minutes, and then after that, I started 12 minutes, and then 12 minutes and a half. And then I get on and on and on. And then what I've done is, this is what I started streaming. So every time there's a DC streaming that comes on, I'll actually put on what dances there is in that particular dance. So I kind of like know, okay, so I know which dance I know and which dance I need to learn still. It's also one that I thought, okay, that's the dance I don't know, so we better skip that one. So we're not going to do that one. Yeah, so it's something that, it's how I did it. And then if you say, I mean, people say they can't do dance cardio, you can. If I can do it, you can.
Definitely. That's an awesome way to approach it. Have you personally converted anyone to becoming devoted to the method?
I did. It's my TAM system best friend, Zach. I think if she's just quite, I think she's busy at the moment. She's packing. We're all going on a holiday next week. But yes, so I think she just did it because she just wants me to shut up and stop nagging. But my heart is bursting with pride when I see her transformation. It's not just, like I said, it's not just physical. It's also mental and emotional. And I think because it's good that you have like a friend to do it with as well. So I know that she's now so committed. She'll tell me off if I don't do my workout. But when we work together, it's like the method doesn't really not just teach you to be consistent with the exercise itself, but because it kind of like give you that push to not just focus on physical, it's also mental and emotional being. So me and Zach now, we know that if we can actually do something that we thought we never could have done, that means we can do something better as well. So now we're into we research into self-help books, and we help each other, and so that's a really good thing. But yeah, it's that, and I'm so proud of her. If she's listening right now, I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. So
that's so amazing. That definitely shows how we make connections in this community. What is your general philosophy about working out?
I put it on my wall as well. This is the three things. It's motivation is what gets you started. Commitment is what gets you going. But it's the consistency that yields you the results. So those are the three things that's very important for me when it comes to my workout. So the motivation is you get it as soon as you open up your Instagram, you get motivated. I have to check your Instagram to see your vest, what vest you're wearing, because I think you've got the most impressive, super collection of vests ever, and then the motivation of in the morning, I'll see Charlotte or Sylvia, in the morning, you feel oh my god, if they can do it, I can do it. So the motivation to get started is easy when you're with the family, definitely. Commitment is something that, I really feel that if I want to really commit to doing this method, I need to learn more about it. So, yes, at the moment now, streaming is incredible. There's so many options. You've got lots of options. You've got Ask Tracy, you've got all the bonus contents, and if you are in premium, you've got all the muscular structure. Yes, it's amazing, So all those tools are available for us, and I'm so grateful. We can learn that. So, and the last thing is consistency. So yes, you can have all the motivation in the world, and yes, you can be committed, but the consistency is if you really want to see the results as quickly as you want. So I try to have a routine, but not really too stressed too much about it. So I keep it balanced. So
right, yeah, you can overdo it, but that's an excellent approach. You really are making me wish that I was taking notes. I'm going to do that later. What is important to you in your life that you would want the Tamale to know about?
I have to share this. I think late last year, I had the shock of my life when I had the call that my mom had a heart attack. So that was, I think, because I live across the world. So when I had that call, they told me that, she's not going to make it. Just pack your funeral clothes because she might not make it. So I think that was the moment that I really think about, about life really. And then I realized, this thing that I live by. I have these three L's. We live by with my family. I have a big family, so we live by with these three L's. We need to learn. We need to love and laugh to live. So this is what I do with my during dinner time. So we'll share. Okay, what did you love and what did you learn and what did you laugh about today? And I think that's really really important. So I think if we just take a little bit of time to just like learn a little, love a little, and probably laugh a little, then you probably get to live a little bit more. So that's one thing it's really important to me, and I hope I can share it with all of you. I also want to give a big shout out to Mariam at Malaysia, because at the time when I was back in Malaysia, I had to stay in the hospital for about a month, and my mom was in a machine really. So I think yes, people send flowers, people send, but I think is the one thing that I actually crave is just you want that to let go of it, but you can't just I don't know. It was difficult to say that particular moment. But what Mariam did was simple. She just sent me a bag of a DVD and and a Tracy Anderson Method DVD with a DVD player, and she said there you go. And I think that was one of the most I don't know. I think because I think as a family you understand it so I did my workout in the hospital, and I felt so good because I think if you take care of yourself, it's so much easier to take care of others at the time. And I had lots of messages from family all over the world. I had Joe who came all the way from Singapore. I had Zad texting me the family and giving me the support.